Hello everyone, this is Remlies from 40k Theories, and welcome to the March 2025 edition of the Patreon Q&A sessions. As always, if you would like your questions answered, then click the link in the video description below and help support the channel by becoming a patron. Now, let's jump into the questions. Sigma Knight asks, in your quest for knowledge, how have you not been under the influence of Tzeentch? Well, with the myriad of health problems I have, that's more or less Nurgle's territory, so that'll probably be why, to be honest. What has been going through the Emperor's head for the past 10,000 years as he listened to the prayers of humanity? I don't know, probably how much he needs to scratch his ass, to be honest. I honestly have no idea. It's a bit hard to discern the mindset of a near omnipotent deity type being, so yeah. What do you think is going to happen with Magnus and his kingdom? Well, the Imperium's going to need to do something about it because it's too much of a threat to leave alone. I know recently the Sisters of Silence launched a strike force against the kingdom to stop a ritual, so I imagine at some point there will be a full-blown war, but whether Games Workshop actually, writes that in the near future, that's another matter entirely. But hopefully they'll do something with it, yeah. Richard Martin asks, in Gaunt's Ghosts, it was said that 3 guys got a planet each for finding an STC. What are some other awards that people have gotten for finding an STC? I honestly don't know any off the top of my head. The Gaunt's Ghost one was pretty much the main example I'm aware of, but if anyone watching does know of any other awards for finding an STC, then please leave a comment down below. Do we know when Alicia Dominica died? Yeah, 650M36. Do we know how many years passed between Davin and the Istvan betrayal? I don't think it was that long. I think it was a year? Maybe 2 at the most, but I'm pretty sure it was just a year. Adorg asks, which Traitor Primarch other than Magnus do you think could have been loyalist under logical circumstances? Pretty much any of them, really. Perturabo could have remained loyal if he was shown a bit of respect. Fulgrim could have remained loyal if he never got the Lair Blade. Angron could have remained loyal if the Emperor saved his fellow slaves. Alfarius could have remained loyal if he never met with the Cabal. Pretty much every Traitor Primarch has had an instance of potentially remaining loyal given the right circumstances, so yeah, any of them could really, to be honest. With the possible exceptions of Mortarion, because he was a dick, Conrad Kurz, because he always saw the worst in everything, so he probably thought it was inevitable, and maybe Lorgar purely on the basis that it's all Erebus and Corferon's fault, so if you get rid of them, he may have remained loyal, but actually no, take that back. Lorgar could have remained loyal if the raising of Monarchia never happened. If Monarchia never happened, then Lorgar could have remained loyal. Dragon of Eldar asks, if you could kill off one character in modern 40k and never have him return in any way, who would you pick? This is going to be a hot take. Dante. Let Dante die. He wants to die. Let him die and let someone else replace him as Chapter Master of the Blood Angels. During the War of the Beast, if the Mechanicus were able to teleport Mars away, where would they go? No idea, but considering that Ulanor was teleported to the Armageddon system, because it's now the world of Armageddon, maybe there? I don't know, but could be. Yeah, let's go with that. How many robes would Rogel Dawn adorn if Rogel Dawn could adorn robes? 14.7. And finally, Brandon A asks, what battle do you wish to see concluded? And by that I mean a conflict that GW seems to have left open, like the Spinwood Front. Is Armageddon 3 still going? Because if it is, then just put it into that. Why don't some Eldari try to settle upon planets instead of living forever on the craft worlds? Mainly because the worlds that have been tailored for the Eldari have been settled by humans. The Maiden Worlds. The Maiden Worlds are Eldari worlds. They are worlds that they terraformed back prior to the fall. So, as far as the Eldari are concerned, those worlds are theirs. But the problem is, other races have gotten there first. Humans, Tau, Orcs, etc. So, it's a bit hard to find, a world to settle upon when, the biggest pest species in the galaxy, and by that I mean humans and orcs, have already gotten there first. It makes it a bit harder. How much are STCs or Archaeotech worth, as in price-wise? Is one more treasured than the other? And if so, how much would one be paid for finding it? Well, as we mentioned earlier, like finding an STC, like an STC for a knife, that got a couple of guys an entire planet each, so finding an STC is a big deal, and frankly, an STC is worth a lot more than simple Archaeotech, depending on what the Archaeotech is, because Archaeotech can be worth like thousands upon thousands of Imperial credits, but an STC is worth an entire world, so yeah. And that concludes this edition of the Patreon Q&A sessions. As always, if you would like your questions answered, then click the link in the video description below and help support the channel by becoming a patron. Until next time, this has been Remlays from 40k Theories, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye!